D, G.
God.
Go find him. 1, 2, 3, 4. You did it. Okay, point to the letters. I'll make the sounds. D, G.
God.
Go find him. 1, 2, 3, 4. You did it. Oh, don't erase your words. Okay, make a check mark. Make a check mark. Here. This last one's harder, but I did see one in the room.
And there's also one in the living room.
Kind of. Okay, you ready?
Yeah.
Hey friends, we have been doing school this morning. I did school with Sebastian and then history with Jax. Now we are out on a walk, obviously. We're gonna stop by a bus here in a couple minutes and then take a walk around the forest, I guess. It is sunny, which helps. I think it's supposed to be 54 today, but right now it is in the low 40s. So I don't know when that's supposed to happen. I guess later in the afternoon. The wind is pretty chilly, so we need to get back out into the sun or into the forest where there's no wind. Hello, and now we are in the library. We had a bunch of books to return and a bunch of books on hold. I picked up some crafts and I'm doing a quick scan for Jax. He only had one book that had come in so far. So I'm trying to get him a few more. We are getting ready to have our quiet time. We just had lunch. Just made myself a big old salad to use up some more of our salad greens, and it was Scooby snack day on the school bus. We didn't go and get hot lunch because it's chicken sandwich today, and then they give you chicken sandwiches for dinner, so if we were relying on both meals today, we would be having chicken sandwiches twice. They need to coordinate their two schedules, the dinner and the lunch, a little bit more. I don't know. It happens a lot with cheese pizza. they'll have cheese pizza for the hot lunch and then cheese pizza for the dinner. They do give you cheese pizza twice a week though for dinner, so it's not difficult to have it line up that way. I don't think Sebastian really realized that his school best friends, as he calls them, were no longer doing food delivery because he was asking to go see them. And I tried to explain that they really want to, but they are on a different assignment. They are doing field trips, which is their normal routes. But I do hope they get to go back to doing food sometime. We would love to see them. I'm just ready for my voice to clear out. Every time I eat, the phlegm comes. I don't really have anything to say. We walked, we went to the library, we ate. Now we're gonna go do our quiet time. Hey friends, I'm sure you're sick of my face. It's all you see because we just don't do anything. That's the pandemic life. But anyway, I'm going to finish helping the kids get ready for bed. They're going to do some books because I just went to the library. What are you whining about? I thought you could do the step stool. Well, you're supposed to do the step stool before you get to this point, sir. Alright, so today we got up and had breakfast. I did a reading lesson with Sebastian. He's really not there, but I made it fun and engaging, and it was mostly me like sounding out letter sounds slowly, and he had to blend it. He's not remembering the letter sounds, it's just he's not open to it right now. I really need to hit a sensitive period to that soon, but he got pretty good at hearing the sounds and blending them, so that's great. Once he knows letter sounds, that will be a huge help on reading. And then Jax was ready for me to do his history with him. We did what we did last week. We read the lesson together, discussed it, took all the little mini quizzes they give us along the way. He's going poop. He should be out in a minute or two. You can hang out in here. And then he got 100% on the quiz, so that worked out great. Then it was already 12, so Sebastian and I headed out. We parked at the shopping center, and I got a coffee, an iced one, because I forgot my hot cup. But I mean, it was 45 when I walked. It was going to be 54, but not while we were walking. The sun helped a lot, and there wasn't a ton of wind, so I didn't even zip up my coat, though I did wear my heaviest one. My fingers got a little cold on the walk, but I did have fingerless gloves on. We decided to stop at the parking lot that has a school lunch drop-off, like in the middle of the 3 times that are possible in our area. Sebastian at first asked for Mr. Skip, and he's just like very matter of factly. He's like, no, I want to go see if Mr. Skip is there. I'm like, He's not, buddy. He's working field trips now. So I really don't think he understood before that they're not assigned to that anymore. I tried to explain it. I don't know if he got it. But after I explained it, he right away said, okay, let's go to the parking lot. Because he wanted a snack right away. So that was the beginning of our walk. We actually just barely made it. And they were about to drive away. They stopped and gave us the food. I got two. I got one for Jax as well because they just ate the last of the chicken sandwiches they give them. I don't give them to them on the bread. They prefer to just eat it as a breaded chicken breast. It's not their favorite meal, but it works and they'll eat it. Then we took a walk. I just did a small loop that got us back to our car. It came out to be just under an hour total, like between 45 and an hour. Not very far, just under 2 miles, I think. And there's a lot of stopping. It's just how it is when you have a little kid. But I got my exercise and I got some sun, so that was good. Then we headed over to the library. We had one book that absolutely had to go back, a whole bag full that we were done with, and then there was one we read last night that 2 important pages were ripped out of the middle. So we put everything in the quarantine bin except for that one and went up to the front to let them know that it was missing pages. I wasn't sure if they needed to like put a post-it and then put it into quarantine, but he went ahead and took it. I'm guessing that since it's just one book, they can wipe it down, and they're probably going to have to trash it once they take it out of the system because there's no saving that. The pages are gone. Then we picked up our holds. We had 12 holds to pick up, but Jax only had one of those, so I went ahead to the teen and the big kid graphic novel section. I just filled up his bag with whatever looked interesting. It turns out I only got 1 repeat out of about 8 books, so that's pretty good. It's a pom-pom that you made from the library. Do you remember making that snow? You wound the yarn around it and then I cut it later. That's how it looked. He did pick up a craft at the library. A pine cone that you glue pom-poms to and you're supposed to make a pattern on it. It looks like a Christmas tree to me though. And there's an adult craft. There's these like gold wire hoops and embroidery floss, and I guess you just make fringe earrings. I had Sebastian choose the color. They had 4 colors. It was like green, yellow, orangey, like mustardy snotty color, and peach. I was like, oh hey, the peach would match my new sweater. He's like, orange. The one color I would never wear. I don't have anything. I tell him this and he's like, you should buy some orange clothes. It's not like fully orange, it's like golden, like not metallic gold, but just like that yellowy orange, but kind of mustardy at the same time, just not an attractive color. I think they were down to the end of the supply. But it's the thought that counts. I'll either make them with that or I'll switch out the embroidery floss and follow the instructions with my own. After the library, we came home and had lunch. I made a big old salad and had some of those Scooby snacks. I always like the Scooby snacks and sun butter. And then we came up for quiet time. He really tries so hard not to get rest. He sits up in bed and like rocks and lays down on my shoulder, but then immediately pops up because I think he gets tired. And then he lays down and then he pops up. It's like every 10 seconds, like trying to keep himself awake or something. So annoying. And he's so cranky afterwards and so tired. Just wish he would nap, but true to his word, like about a year ago, he said, I'm never napping again. And the only time he ever has is if he's fallen asleep in the car. I have to deal with them, I guess. There is no kazoo at book time. There are no toys at book time. So cut it out. Don't spend too long picking because you know we won't let you read that many. Pick your top 2, and if you get any more than that, you're lucky. So after quiet time, we came down and I was gonna... Please stop. Please. I don't even know what's going on in there. I was gonna back up some files. I tried one and it failed after 15 minutes, which sucks. Okay, if you're not quiet in 10 seconds, everybody's going to bed immediately. Sorry about that. Cover those sneezes. Anyway, as I said, that didn't work out, and the kids were just like, at each other's throats. So I'm like, let's color together. And I got out my adult coloring books and coloring pencils and a coloring book for Sebastian, and it lasted a little while. Sebastian lasted maybe like 10 or 15 minutes, and Jax and I a little bit longer until our dinner arrived. My husband ordered burgers. He was downstairs, apparently buying a Jeep. He chose a yellow one. That's probably one of the last colors I would choose, but it's his, and I mean, it's yellow. I don't know. It's a happy color. It's a sunny color. I'll have to love it. I mean, Sebastian likes Bumblebee, the Transformer. I'm sure it's an awesome car because that's all he would choose. And so he'll be going from his Audi car payment to that car payment, but it's going to be like half as much as this Audi, so it's still in our budget. It's just that initial down payment stuff we got to do, but we're not traveling. So I mean, if this is the year you're going to do it, go when you're saving thousands of dollars, not going to California and renting a house to see your family. All right, what are we doing? No, you need to go listen.
Can I take some coffee?
He's just getting like 5 stuffed animals. Yeah, so he came up, we ate dinner. I don't think I filmed that. It's just the same thing we always get. I could literally take last week's video and stick it in there, but I won't. And then I did some Duolingo. I'm still doing my daily Korean lesson. It's still a struggle, and I'm still not giving up, and I still like it. But after watching a vlog in French the other night, I realized how much I remember of it. I took it in 8th grade. I placed out a reading and did 1 year of French. So I kind of felt stuck in it. When I moved to high school, I'd already done a year. I was not good at it. In high school, I had a tutor because I just couldn't memorize things. Like, I remember the numbers I struggled with. I still don't remember those. I don't have a brain for languages, and I wish I do. If I could have a superpower, I would choose the power to know every language. Seriously, I'm not lying. That's what I would choose. But I did it all through high school, and then I think I had to do a year in college to fulfill the requirement. So I just always stuck with French because that's what I had to start in. So in Duolingo, I know I started originally in Spanish many years ago before I had Jax. Never has clicked with me that it'd be so helpful around here. A lot of people speak Spanish, and maybe I'll circle back to it. I just stopped doing it because it's not interesting. Korean has sucked me in. I've been doing it for 550 something days. I still suck at it, but at least I can like sound it out. But I was like, oh, that was really cool listening to that French and like catching words in every sentence. So I went to Duolingo and I took the placement test, and it actually placed me out of 26 chapters, whatever they call it. And I'm like, okay, I remember some stuff, but I'm going back to every single one of those and doing a practice. Since it's already marked to the highest level, it just lets me practice it. And there's definitely a lot of little things. I don't remember how to spell things and just major things, but it's just not what they happened to quiz me on in the placement test. So I did a bunch of those after dinner, and then I realized it's almost Jackson's birthday. His birthday's on the 5th of February. It's the 21st of January. I would already be halfway done planning a party. We're not having a party. He's not interested in a car parade. He does want a cake. So he wanted strawberry. That's the only cake he really eats. So I suggested a Kirby cake. I think I'm going to be covering a cake in fondant for the first time ever. I don't know how that's going to go. I do have icing planned as a backup, but I'm going to try the fondant. I love working with it to make little figures and decorations, but I've never rolled it out and covered something. So cross your fingers that works. but I've started mental notes on what I need. And I don't know what he's gonna do. I don't know if he wants a Zoom meeting with his family. I don't know if I should post on Facebook to our friends, like his wish list, so he gets a couple presents. I don't know what's important to him. Guys, one last warning and you just go to bed. All right, I've been talking too long. No, it's now. We're getting ready for bed. I'm gonna get changed while they are still reading and I actually have a moment free. Yeah, good night, guys. Stay safe and don't forget, wash your hands.